Is that better? Karaoke. I don't know. I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't see the thing. I'm hearing something. Hearing like a replay. Oh, you have your volume on. I know. We're gonna turn this down. All right.
Okay, now I can.
We're here. I don't know. Apparently, I had it too loud. The athlete. Oh, speaking of athlete. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to our video. Welcome to episode 44 of the Blue Wall Podcast. With your hosts tonight, Not So Chubbs, and myself, Hardline. Chubbs is on vacation this week. You have to. We're gonna have to do something here. Your whole computer's in front of you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you could.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. And I hope that, yeah, we got the volume thing loud. It wasn't that loud in our headphones, but it was maxing out, so I apologize. Thank you for our technician, Karaoke, that's doing better than a guy that we thought we had coming that didn't show up. So we don't even need a guy. We got somebody out of the country that can help us. So,
Okay.
Marlena tonight, or Not So Chubbs is going to be your name tonight. Filling in for Chubbs, who is on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good deal. Huh? We traded you. Where's Chubbs at? He's in a cabin somewhere for his anniversary, right?
Probably. Or he didn't say where he's at, so I don't know where he's at. But we can think of places he went. Where do you think he went for his anniversary?
It's a cabin. You had an idea of
I said
how much he spent on
I
it.
said he was in a cabin in the woods because he wouldn't have to spend any money or buy her ice cream.
Why wouldn't he have to spend any money?
Because he probably knew the dude that owned the cabin. He worked out some bartering deal for him. Traded like 4 pieces of corn for the cabin. And he probably packed his own food and didn't spend any money.
So you think he bartered his way to his anniversary cabin?
I'm thinking he's probably doing whatever anniversary. He probably spent under $20 on it.
He said he would be watching tonight, so he may be able to comment on that. He said that the cell phone or the service was kind of bad out there, but he actually has it. But who knows? What does he have? Sprint?
I don't know. He probably has Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile.
Mm-hmm. It's probably a
Do you
prepaid.
think he
A Go phone?
he has a smartphone?
Yeah, you can get a smartphone.
Remember,
you
he
can get
recently
some cheap,
got it.
Yeah, you can get some cheap deal. He probably had an upgrade coming.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're hard on Chubbs like that. Is he that cheap?
Yeah, yes he is. I've listened to Chubb's talk before.
So, you don't think he traveled very far to this cabin? Or do you think it's at, like, Long's Retreat or something?
Probably.
Hocking Hills, maybe?
Yeah, not that far.
Speaking of Hocking Hills, we were just there this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. Did you? Was that your first time in Hocking Hills?
Yes, I've never been there before.
So you haven't been to Old Man's Cave or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so...
Why do you ask that? Because I always say I want to go.
I don't know. Well, all right, sorry.
I've brought up Hocking Hills several times between us.
Well, we've been there now.
Well,
Are you happy?
we weren't really there.
Yeah,
No.
we really were.
No, we were in Logan, in the mountains.
That's Hocking Hills. Yeah. In the mountain?
Yeah, there's like a mountain, which is a hill, and that's where we probably were.
Did you like all the rocks?
Yeah.
There are a
I
lot of
did.
big rocks. So if anybody watching that doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, there's this place, Hocking Hills. It's near here, about an hour from where we live. It's like a historical place. A lot of Native Americans used to live there and roam in the area and hunt and stuff. There's a lot of caves, not caverns. I used to misunderstand the two terms. A cavern is one that you go like down in and through tunnels. A cave is just what we were in. You understand? You know? Did you know that?
I do now.
I always
I did not know that. No,
Yeah, I
did
always
not
used to
know the
think like,
definition.
oh, cave. You would think a cave is one that you go exploring down way through in deep spelunking. That's a cavern. But anyhow, it's a beautiful country. Chubbs visit.
No, I think Chubbs is a Catholic schoolboy.
He's a Catholic schoolboy.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
No, we had a good time. I'm really tired.
Yeah. So she didn't want to be on here with anybody tonight and hanging out. But Chubbs, did Chubbs give us a heads up?
I don't know.
Well, we were out of service for
that
2
would
days.
be your cell phone that he wouldn't have.
I know,
texted
but
me.
like no, when it like he usually says, "Hey, I'm not going to be here next week." I don't remember him saying that. You did it again? Really? Unplug it.
Did I break it last
God. Why are you Chubbs doesn't do that. I can't believe you broke the lava lamp again.
I'm sorry.
Why doesn't Chubbs do that?
Maybe if I would have gotten a little bit more sleep.
All right, we need to tell, like, if anybody is just tuning in and you're on Ustream, obviously, if you want to chat and go on the social stream, you can go to the menu thing or wherever. I don't know if it shows the same if you don't have the account, but you need to start the free account. It's free. You go online or you give them your email, whatever, sign up. No obligations for any money. And then you can chat on the social stream that's there to the right. I don't know what it looks like over there. Is it to the right? Like that?
Yeah, it's like that.
Like that.
It's to the right. So did you bring any subjects this week? Because I have one.
Yeah, we're talking about this Hocking Hills, the
Okay.
rocks. Like, so it's really beautiful in that area. There's a lot of like waterfalls. Like, well, we didn't see any that time, but we'll go back sometime to different places. If the water, I figured there would have been back where we went that thing that there would have been a waterfall coming off because of all the rain. Oh, it's all right. Camping really wore you out, huh?
It hit me all of a sudden. Like, I was dizzy, and then that was it. I was tired. It's Sunday.
All
But we
right,
did have a good time. We slept outside under the tent.
Yeah.
You got a little baby tent, and we slept in it.
Which
and
was also in under a cave like thing, so that if it rained, we would never get wet. We wouldn't even need the tent really.
we totally needed the tent from bugs,
Yeah, that's the only reason. But I'm not scared.
raccoons.
Were you scared?
I wasn't scared. I mean, I was a little paranoid of a snake, but I
What was
wasn't
the
afraid.
scariest thing you saw?
That spider that jumped on Lee.
It went a little ninja, didn't it?
Oh, that caterpillar that was on my shoe.
There was a spider that was up on the cave like ceiling, sort of. It was up on the wall kind of part going up. And our friend's husband went to get it, and it jumped off at him. What was it, a wolf spider?
Mm-hmm.
Which was big and hairy. All right. Yes, I was going to talk about. You said something about a cop and the Michael Brown shooting was inciting a riot.
No, okay, no, I looked it up, and I guess it wasn't a cop for the Michael Brown shooting. It was it showed different police officers. They were at a different protest, and they had singled out the people that were throwing rocks. They found out who was throwing rocks, and they singled them out, and they like pretty much were like, drop those rocks, and I guess they backed them up against like the cops, and they were undercover cops. that were sent in.
I think this froze up. I don't know. Is it froze up on yours?
No.
It's not froze up there. It's froze on here. But anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They were just undercover cops trying to incite a riot. And they had it on video. But it wasn't Michael Brown. I don't believe.
You don't believe?
Mm-mm.
And then have you been... I've been following the I Am Michael Brown on live stream. So you can go to livestream.tv or whatever, and they have live video. They had a band. They have bands playing and stuff today.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna have a peaceful protest, you wanna.
I don't know if I have sound on it or not. I turned it on.
What are you doing? What are you playing?
The band from the I Am Michael Brown
There you go. Oh.
live stream that I was just talking about. You hear it?
Oh.
Alright. It might have been too loud. Which hooligans that were being idiots?
Probably the people that were throwing rocks.
Oh.
Well, that's what cops are that's what they're supposed to do
Well,
when
yeah.
they get dressed up in riot gear. They're supposed to arrest people that are inciting riots.
But weren't
Because the main
weren't they
reason
being
for
a little
protest.
weren't they being a little like threatening to
Who?
the reporters and the media?
The cops have been really threatening to the reporters and the media, but
Yeah.
it's not like
They're arresting them for not packing their shit up and getting out of McDonald's fast enough.
they are arresting people because they said they weren't allowed to stand in a spot for more than 5 seconds. They had to keep moving.
Yeah. So they're just making up laws as they go along.
I don't know. I think it might
Or
have
is that
something to do with.
loitering?
Well, no. Well, it might be loitering. It might not. It might have
5
something
seconds,
to do
that's loitering. You better tie that
with,
shoe fast.
With the National Guard being called in, if they called, I think maybe they might have declared it a state of emergency, and that's why they called in the National Guard. I don't know exactly the law because I'm not a lawyer or I don't want to be a cop. But I do know, like, once, like, there's national disaster and they decide that it's called something, like, if I don't know the term that they use for FEMA, but they have to declare something before they can get aid from the government. The governor does.
They do? They have to declare like state of emergency?
Maybe. I'm thinking that is not what they have to declare, but it could be. But then again, I'm really tired, and I think I keep smelling the outhouse, so I'm not really sure right now.
You took a shower. Sounded like twice.
I took a long shower, and then I got laid in the bath, and I let all the dirt get off of me. And I wanted to just go to sleep, but I smelled bad.
And now you still smell. Did it burn your nose?
I don't know. I keep thinking I smell it. The funny thing is, when we got there, nobody else smelled. Like, I went in the outhouse. It's like, gosh, it stinks in here.
Oh, so the guy that robbed the store with Mike Brown admitted that that Mike Brown went for the gun, the cop's gun, before he got shot.
Did he?
That's what it says. I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Well, did you read the whole article?
Man, I think they
Are you
freaking
reading
get
the
news.
article right now?
No, it's on. I'm reading our chat.
What chat?
We're live on Ustream right now. We're talking. There's people
Oh,
on here
you're talking about the chat on here. I don't know if that's true or not. I read this thing because I've been reading on Facebook, like, a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, there's two sides, but there's a whole lot of conjecture and people just making false statements. Like the one about the guy, his fracturing his face, the cop's face, that was completely fake. And that was
Right.
like, it was some lady called in a radio show and
Yeah,
said
like
she was
they
friends.
said that the cop's face got fractured.
Yeah, she said that she was friends. She gave her name anonymously. Said she was friends with the cop's wife, and that he had got the fracture. And then they released that video, but then they've given no statement either, which is, it's just really confusing.
They're not live on a live stream right now. That's just a recording of a band playing at a thing
Oh.
right now. But they usually, every night, they've been going live.
But I did find, because I was trying to search on the internet, I put in Michael Brown fact or fiction or something like that. Mike Brown, what is actual facts in the Mike Brown case?
That's what you did
Yeah.
already?
Well, no, I did that the other day, and then I was reading, because it did state a lot of facts. Like, I went on this one web page.
I mean, what do you think? Like, do you think...
What do you mean?
Why
what-
would a cop... He had to have done... He wasn't... There's no way he was just down on his knees surrendering and the cop just blew him away. You know, was the
I
cop
don't know.
that out of control? I mean...
Like, I haven't seen a video, so I don't have an opinion about. Well, no, I think it's either way. I'm probably in the middle.
I think...
I'm probably in the middle, though, because there's no video, there's no dash cam. There's got to be a reason why they haven't. I guess maybe they don't want to release a statement. They don't want to release their whole statement, or I don't know if all the facts have been released or not about what happened. There's a ton of eyewitness, but eyewitness testimony is not accurate ever. And you can have, and people kind of jump on the bandwagon, and people's perception is different. Like, my perception of a cop beating someone and someone else's perception is totally different. Because, like, I've experienced stuff like that. Like, I've witnessed things happen to people, and a cop asked me what happened, and the same person that was standing right beside me was telling a completely opposite story than what we both saw. Like, I've heard people do that and
neither
swear
of you were
by
trying
it.
to lie about it?
No. And then the lady, I remember the lady leaned over and said it happened just the way she did. But the way her wording was, that man attacked that other man. And it sounded really weird, like the way she just said that dude just went over there and attacked that dude. And it wasn't what happened. It was like that dude said something about him, threw a cigarette in the dude's face, and then the guy punched him. But the way she made it sound was like the guy just attacked the dude, which was not exactly what, like, why would I don't get why she would leave that out. But
Yeah.
like, if you witness a fight and someone asks you who's picked the fight, I was like, that dude threw a cigarette in that guy's face, and that's what started the fight. But maybe she was just going by like who threw the first punch.
Yeah, but how many witnesses? Were there several witnesses, though?
Yeah, there are.
So,
And there's a video. I guess I would believe the video. Like, they said there's this video, and what you hear are people talking about what just happened, what they just saw. And so that would be like
you get the play-by-play.
yeah, well, it's tainted
Yeah.
conversation.
Like, oh my God! Look, that guy's going after that cop. Oh my God, that cop just shot him.
But then again, I see so many videos of cops using excessive force. And did you read about? I posted a post of a kid that was shot in Utah recently, like Friday or something, by a cop, and he was reaching for his iPhone, or he was reaching for his MP3 player, and the cop thought that was a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God, it sucks.
But he wasn't stopped by the cop. The cop walked up to him and was trying to get his attention. He had headphones on, and he was shot.
That's a little. That cop should have been more aware of that situation.
But
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was chasing the guy down and it was already a dangerous suspect.
But I don't know. Like, they did release that video, and they
Was
shouldn't have
it-
released that video of him. Maybe I watched too many cop shows of him in the store, because he does seem like an asshole, and like he would try to reach for a cop's gun. But I haven't seen any like ME report, and they're saying, all the eyewitnesses are saying that he was so far away from the cop, like if the guy was far away, like I understand like if the guy's up close, but if the guy's running away from you, you really shouldn't have to shoot him.
Well, he wasn't running away. I wouldn't think.
Well, one witness, I told you, I've seen.
Well, somebody said that he was running away.
Yeah, he was. They had a scuffle. Yeah, and the cop, they were at least 10 feet away. I'm thinking.
And they had a scuffle, and he was running away, and then the cop shot him.
Yeah, and then they said the cop fired one bullet, and then he put his hands up, like it hit him. Like as soon as the one bullet, he put his hands up, then turned around, and then the cop kept shooting
like blah
him.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I've heard another one's like a different story, like a similar, like he turned around and took a step forward, and then he was shot, but his hands were up. Like that's why they keep saying hands up, but there's no video, so you don't know if his hands were up or not. But if the Emory report comes back and he has like bullets under his armpits, then I know he has a bullet wound in his arm. I don't know if it's down low in his arm.
It was all up his arm. We posted it on the Blue Wall podcast page on Facebook.
So I don't know if it's up and it was back this way, or.
It would have been. It was all it would have been on this side of his arms. It looked like, cause like it has a body standing there like with the palms out.
Yeah.
And it was all up the arm and then in the head too. But it was no like center mass shot. Like if a cop was like gonna shoot you, like you were sitting there, like you would think they would be able to hit you pretty center.
Well, you would think a cop would go through training.
But if there was a scuffle, it might have been harder for the cop to, you know what I mean, if it was more stuff going on, he would have.
Well, I don't know. Aaron was, I was talking to someone else at work about it. He was telling me he was reading online, but this is just hearsay. So it's not, you can't bring this in the court or anything. That he was reading online, one reason why everyone is so pissed in that area is because that area was like a middle class area. And then all of a sudden the housing crisis came and it made it more of a lower caste, but it's still not like a bad part of the city. And people from other towns have been coming in and causing crimes in that town. And the majority of those people in that town are not that aggressive, even though it's ranked something like 6th in the nation most segregated cities though. And he was telling me that there's been a abundance, not an abundance, but probably like a really high number of kids that were shot in that area by police officers. And that's why everyone's protesting, because it's been happening continually.
Well, what are they doing? Are they trying to fight the cops or like whoever there's getting shot? Like, I don't know. What are the cases on those?
I don't know any of the cases. I think
and if there's an abundance, why haven't we been hearing about that?
Well, why would you?
Well, I don't know why we are hearing about this one case then, this Michael Ferguson, if we're not hearing about all those other.
Well, Michael Ferguson made the news. Like if another kid gets shot, that kid in Utah didn't make the news, but you think that both of those stories would go together about police using excessive force, but yet the media is not covering it that way.
Yeah,
I mean, if one kid gets shot, it's not going to be like, and nobody protests, why is the news going to cover it? And then a second kid gets shot, nobody protests, why is the news going to cover it again? But like people in that area may be concerned about it, and they see it. It's like local news. Like that's near St. Louis. That isn't near us. Why would we see news about people getting shot over there? Or like people getting shot in Ferguson? Like we see news about people getting shot in Columbus.
Uh-huh.
And it may be a problem just in their local area. Like if someone's shot in Arizona, we're most likely not going to see it. I mean, unless for some reason it's more interesting. And there gives the media like a reason to play it. Or unless the president decides to go to war with someone and they want a distraction.
So this.
Right now, it's all speculation.
It is until we get some kind of like the cops like video or audio from his car or whatever was close, like, and if there's that, then we'd know. Right there, that should tell. Like definitely video, but if we had the audio.
I don't know. Like part of me thinks that maybe just because I saw that video of him acting like an asshole, that maybe he did reach for the gun. And the other part of me thinks Cops are assholes. You got two assholes together, and you're like, who made the asshole move?
Do you think it's just like sometimes like they're like the maybe police officers or people in those situations, I don't know how often do they have to go to psychologists?
I don't know.
Probably it's a stressful situation, a stressful job.
They probably.
What do you got going on over there?
It's not like I was moving the mic. It's not like the police department has an abundance of money. I'm sure they don't send them on as much as they would need to.
All right,
especially
but like
in a county like St. Louis.
Like our local police force and was being investigated for excessive force, right?
Every police force would be investigated.
Right. Well, ours was,
force.
and so is it people that like? Do you think that these cops are under stress? A lot of stress, and they're just about to break, and then they have this power, and they're dealing with a lot of they always have to deal with the worst people out there.
True.
That's their job, is to deal with the worst people out there, and they're just like some people mentally can't take it psychologically, and they're snapping, and they have this power and they have this weapon, and they're dealing with bad people a lot.
And one day they're just like, fuck it.
And yeah, they take a light situation and make it big and yeah, go.
Isn't that kind of what cops do though?
I mean, yeah.
I'm only speaking from experience of like speeding tickets. That's the only time I interact with police officers.
We're gonna take a speeding ticket and then like take you to prison. We're gonna try to put you in prison for this speeding ticket. Although,
I've had police officers ask me odd questions before, or like try to get things out of me about like I've spent way too much time speaking to cops when I probably shouldn't have. But they try to frame me. I told you about when I got pulled over and my friend's license was in her car and my friend didn't have a license and I didn't have a license, but we were going around, we were just reparking the car for her. And the cop kept asking us, he's like, this will all be okay if you just hand me that license and that license is yours. And like, it was obvious that license was not ours. And we're like, no, it's her car. She just left it in here. And he's like, no. Like, are you trying to get us for like identity theft? Because no, we keep saying no. And you keep being like, well, if you are, if this name wasn't yours, no, the names are not. Don't try to fucking trick us into saying yes.
I don't know if this is...
My friend had a similar situation happen to her. Like she was in her friend's car and her license was in there. And the cop kept asking if they were trying to get into buy alcohol with that. And she was like, no, we don't buy alcohol. And then she was like, and I'm 21. Why would I want to buy alcohol with my friend's ID if... But...
I've had cops try to... Yeah. It's just like they have quotas.
True.
So they have to, if they're gonna make it like you broke the law, if they have to, I guess, to meet their quota. If their job depends on it, think about it. If your job depends on somebody breaking the law, nobody's breaking the law. What the hell are you gonna do? If you have to have raise so much money for the state per month.
That's how you move up in
rank. But yeah, the more money you make the state, the more they're going to give you.
The bigger bus, the better it is for you.
But, imagine, like, what if nobody was breaking the law? What if everybody drove 55? What if, like...
People stop drunk driving. I'm sure they make a fortune off of that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, and they've lowered the limits.
Really?
Yeah, like they've done like a lowering like twice or something.
Probably.
And
so it's like any drinking is drunk driving.
Yeah, like almost you have one beer. If you drink an eighth or 3/4 of that beer, you're fine. But if you drink 12 ounces, you're over. No, it's like .08 in Ohio. I don't know what it is in other states.
But let's talk about something else because I'm getting tired of this.
Yeah, this earthquake in California, the strongest earthquake in
I just
25
watched it.
years.
On TV. I just seen a little bit about it.
So what the hell happened?
Obviously it was an earthquake. What happens is there's plate tectonics.
Where was it at?
Two plates, and they squish together, and then it shakes the earth.
I fucking love science. If you guys have Facebook out there and you don't follow I fucking love science, you're missing out. Right?
Yeah, of course. They use lots of F word and they talk about science. I'm sure Deke's not behind it.
No.
What do you want to? You want to look up?
He probably says I
effing
love science. What?
I'm trying to look up this deck maintenance.
Oh, I got it right here. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second, peeps. We can probably put it on.
If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognise my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick set. The best way to take care of your dick. 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is cleaned, paint your dick
with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I want to send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. Summertime.
is all about spending time on your dick.
I'll see 20 to 30 people on my dick. Check out that dick.
You can really wear your dick out. Causing dick splinters.
I can't get the. I don't know if the sounds want to do it. Can you hear it? Barely.
I used to never let children anywhere near my
I
dick.
can hear it.
My
Yeah.
dick was too dangerous for cunts to play on. But it seems like I've been cutting the neighbourhoods with my dick. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Wasn't that right, Jump? Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay? His wife is always on my dick, begging me to
Are you
know the
watching
secret
it
of
on
my
there?
perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style
No.
cock.
Yeah, well, he's on a deck doing.
But I fixed it by jamming some cock in it.
Oh,
You'd
he's
be
just like
surprised how many
British or
things you can
Irish.
fix by jamming cock into it. Have an extra
Fucks.
large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store.
African
and ask
style
for a big
cock.
black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style
It's like deck sealant and caulk from a British guy.
There's
If
also a helpful number on the back. Hi, I've got a question about my dick. Schaefer's New Zealand style. Hey, get that squirrel off my dick. He knows he's not allowed to come on my dick.
here, I should have put it up there. Sorry, I don't think I can now.
Well, you already played it, so.
Yeah. Marlena, did you get crabs? You got an itch?
I don't know what it looks like I'm scratching. Is it when I put my hands here on the computer? Does it look like I'm scratching?
Do you think they had any signs on
Or
this
is it
earth?
because it's so cold and I have the throw with me?
I want to look at this earthquake.
They said they don't know if it's like if it's an aftershock or if it's the actual quake or if there's going
It
to be
was
a
in
bigger
Napa.
quake. Yeah, it is in Napa.
The strongest in 25 years. They didn't have any signs or anything of an
I
earthquake,
think there's always signs in California.
and then they just don't give a shit.
It's California. That's all they have are tremors all the time.
Damn, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Like if they did a news report every time they had a tremor, that'd be like the police doing a news report every time some dude got shot by a cop.
I guess it makes you think. Whenever you have a tremor,
Did
like,
you see that
hey, we
post I
better-
made about how 408 people have been killed by police officers, and it was showing other first world countries, and our closest runner-up was Germany with 8 people.
Yeah, 408 in America.
Mm-hmm.
408 people have been shot by cops.
Yeah, fatally
innocent,
injured.
or just people.
It just said fatally injured by police officers.
Okay, but it still doesn't matter, innocent or guilty. It seems that the control is a little less, or the crime is more.
And maybe the crime might be more. Our crime rate is a lot higher than in other countries.
Yeah, because of all the laws, because of all the laws that there are to break, they force us into breaking the law.
True. Because it's hard to not break the law. Like,
Yeah, because there's so many laws. Laws that don't make sense. There should be laws about harming other people.
there are laws about harming other people.
That's what I'm saying, but there shouldn't be laws about, like, you can go, I'm going to put you in jail if you go over 55. I could. Or over maybe 15. If you were going, if it was a 55 speed limit and you were going 71, that's reckless op. Are you going to make it, Marlena?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's only been a half an hour.
I'm not going to sleep. I'm just resting my face and my eyes.
On the on the mic and shit.
Yes.
I was trying to get video of this earthquake. A 6.1? Are you shitting me?
He said there was a 7.0 in Peru. I wonder if that's going to make a tsunami.
A 7.0?
Mm-hmm. A Peruvian.
No, because it wasn't out into the ocean. Right? It won't make a tsunami. A tsunami happens when it's out in the ocean.
He says to look
and
up the
drops.
guns per capita.
Guns per capita in
I
America?
read something else online
That's
about it was gun violence, like the top 10 states that they're the most gun violence, and the same, like the top 8 were also the top poorest states in the country.
Wow.
The journalist just put something like, maybe we should attack poverty, not gun laws. Which would seem to make sense because I'm not really all for gun laws. I mean,
Like laws saying you can't have a gun?
well, I believe that gangsters shouldn't have semi-automatics or be able to carry a cannon like in inner city. I don't think that's highly appropriate, but what, you just left me.
What?
You just left me. Really? Anyone on camera sees you? You just left.
Yeah.
You left your seat. You're up. What are you? You're obviously had to get some coffee.
I could have cut it on you.
You couldn't cut. You did. You cut it on your missing chair.
I could have cut
And
it
then.
just on you. All right. I'm listening though. You're still talking to the people listening. You know?
I'm still tired.
Yeah, but you were talking about the guns, like how you think we shouldn't have guns.
I didn't say that.
Oh, what were you saying then?
I said cops shouldn't. Well, I said gangsters in inner cities shouldn't have freaking like military weapons. But then again, there's no ways to keep them out of their hands really because they're gangsters. And if they wanted to get a hold of these guns, they would be able to probably through cartels, and probably the cops themselves would probably just sell them to them. So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone doesn't like the idea of some crazy nut having a gun. But you know what? If the crazy nut wants to kill someone, guess what? He's going to break the law. He's going to be a murderer, so he doesn't have a problem buying an illegal gun.
Okay, well, it's a little bit ridiculous. There's one other country that's almost comparable to us. This is crazy. The guns per capita. Guns per 100 residents in 2014. This is per 100 residents.
Mm-hmm.
United States, 97. 97 out of 100 people
Hey, they
have guns.
They have is it the Netherlands or is it Finland who's not entirely a big
Finland, 45.3.
It's
Serbia is number 2 with
it's-
58.
It's a northern
0.2.
European.
Switzerland, Yemen, Cyprus, Saudi Arabia. I'm going down the list.
Is Norway in there? Which one of them doesn't have a military?
Norway has 31.3.
Who doesn't? One of those countries
Per
doesn't have a
100.
military, and they just
Sweden,
they have. Well, they have every private
Canada.
citizen has to have a gun, and in case they're invaded, they're taught how to fire that gun.
Canada.
No, it's not
They're on the
Canada.
list, 30.8.
I'm talking about Europe. Are you even listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Because you're giving me. I said Northern European.
I
and
went
you
through
went
the top
Canada.
list. I don't know what you want. I don't. Well, you should Google it.
How many guns are in Canada?
30.8 per 100.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? But think about
No, America has 97 per 100. That's not a lot. 31.8 is not a lot.
they're over twice the amount of the number 4 ranked, which is Switzerland at 45.7. So we're over twice that, but the number 2 is 58.2, which we're quite a bit above them. That is a lot of guns. Yeah.
True.
Serbia is number 2.
Serbia was
think
at
it's over
war
there.
for a little bit, and Serbia has a lot of that country's pretty much at unrest right now. Like if I lived in that country, I'd have a gun.
Yeah, it's over there by Saudi Arabia.
No,
Wait, where?
we're
Where's-
gonna need a geography course.
It's right to the right of Africa.
no, Africa's
Well, that
continent.
whatever that is, it looks like the next
Syria?
darkest.
Are you talking about
Serbia?
Syria? Serbia is not. It's a European country, and I'm thinking it's close to Ukraine, or maybe Turkey.
Well, do they have an army? That might be what the thing
They
you were.
do. They also have Serbian rebels.
Wow.
Am I the only person who watches the news?
Yeah, because I don't give a shit about the news. 'cause
Serbia. It's next to Romania.
Serbia's probably not even a country. It's probably just made up on the news country.
No.
It's a country, man. Oh, wait.
It's next
We're
to
gonna go down
Austria
to-
and Hungary. It is nowhere. I like the way you put in there next to Africa.
Do you want to see the number 178th ranked country in guns? What their per 100 capita is?
What?
0.1. It goes all the way up. Japan, 0.6. There's that few there per 100 people.
Isn't
There's not
Japan
even one
famous for-
gun.
That's because they have ninjas.
Yeah.
Like, and they're famous for like in Japan. If you're in the Yakuza,
There's not a lot of guns in
they
the.
stab each other a lot.
Wow.
Did you like the? I've been seeing these liberal posts on Facebook of what stops a man with a gun, and then they show that dude from the Seattle Community College, a man with pepper spray, because the dude was trying to shoot up community college, and the dude was like, "I saw that guy. I pulled out my pepper spray, and he sprayed the dude in his face."
Okay, Vietnam.
You're not like that intimidating of a terrorist if you get sprayed in the face with pepper spray and that's it, you're done for. Put up a fight at least. I mean, if you're gonna strike fear on the nation, like
Right.
be tough about it. You need to go through some military training.
Vietnam has 1.7 guns per 100. Now, do you think this is way less than they did in 1965?
I'm sure
in the
they
Vietnam
were.
War?
I'm sure Vietnam during the Vietnam War they were either given guns by us or by the Russians.
Here, take these guns, fight us for a little while.
Well, that's what we've been doing for years. We've been like, take these guns, take this military training, and you're going to become a CIA operative, and then hate us.
And then you're going to rebel, and then you're going to start a little militia and terrorize our country.
No, they don't start little ones. It's called the ISIS.
Even China they only have 4.9 per 100 guns per 100 capita. Per capita.
Well, I guess we do have a lot of guns we don't want to get rid of.
97 out of 100. It's crazy compared to everybody else.
I am waiting for I'm waiting for like a smoking gun in the Michael Brown case. Like either the cops, probably the cops are covering it up. That's what I'm waiting for, or like proof that like the cops are inciting riots. You know, proof that they're trying to take away our rights. I was waiting for that. Like I'm a little bit mad about the whole them arresting the press and trampling all over. What is it? What amendment is it to protest? There's freedom of press.
What do you mean? What? Freedom of press, freedom of speech. Is that what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. Right? Fuck, I don't know.
Great. You don't know where Serbia is. You don't know where Serbia is. And
I just do what I can until they say you can't do that.
And you don't know.
And I'm like, okay, I know I can't do that.
It is.
You don't know it, apparently?
I don't know either, no. And I'm tired, too. I'm too tired to try to think about it.
Are you talking about, like, the right to bear arms?
Yeah, the right to bear arms, which amendment is that? Is that the Second Amendment or the Fourth? Because I hear a lot about the Second.
That's your second.
Second. So the Fourth, the freedom of press?
Probably.
Maybe. You could Google it, but I just don't feel like it.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry, I'm tired. And
the amendments?
I feel
the 5 amendments or 4?
The Constitution. I feel like I can't get that smell of outhouse. At least it's all new clothes.
All new.
Dude, I wonder how much the earthquake destroyed. Because you made me come in here, I couldn't even finish watching the news.
Well, somebody, Pokalicious, said she was watching.
Oh, she's watching it.
Coverage right now. So maybe she could update us.
About what's going on. It looks like I see a building knocked over. It looks like some serious damage.
Well, a 6 point. Where did it? So it struck at Napa. And it was.
I wonder if I'm still gonna be able to get my wine.
I don't know. Is that what you're worried about?
Nobody else. You didn't think that was funny.
That wasn't funny?
It was meant to be.
I thought it was funny. But you're not worried about the people?
Of course I'm worried about the people.
How dare you not care about the people and worry about your wine in Napa?
I mean, I've been through natural disasters, and they're not very fun.
What have you been through?
I was in a hurricane.
It wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't fun. When does a hurricane seem fun? I mean, it wasn't that bad for us. Like, our friend's house, like, the roof came off. And he was in an apartment upstairs next to us, and the roof came off, and, like, water seeped in everywhere. And their apartment was completely unlivable, and they had no other place to go. And, like, everyone from the apartment complex was gone, so nobody was in there fixing it. The city was pretty much shut down. So it was like you just had to rough it. Like, oh, there's this hole in the ceiling. There's no power, and everyone else's resources are concentrated on, like, rebuilding the city and making sure that, like, the electricity gets, like, what are they called? The linemen were all there. I worked at a place that was actually open, and all we had were linemen that were in town, like, trying to put back together the electricity, the power grid. And I'm going to tell you right now, linemen are the horniest dudes ever. They all have wives and girlfriends, but they are all the horniest pack of guys.
How do you know that?
Because I had to wait on them. They were annoying. every night. They are in there twice a day. They're all really good tippers. They used to try to bribe us, though, like to come up and...
All right, are you ready? I have it. God, it took forever. It's not the... well, it's part of the Constitution. It's the Bill of Rights. Freedom of speech, press, religion, and petition. That's the first. Second is the right to keep and bear arms. How can... yeah, so that means they can't take our guns. That's why they're taking our ammo. Because they don't have the right.
Well, yeah, nobody's fixed that wording.
They don't have the right to take our guns. Third is conditions for quarters of soldiers. Fourth is right of search and seizure regulated. So that means that they can't just search and seizure whoever they want. Right?
Yeah, that
It
means
has to
they
be
need a
regulated.
warrant. But there's a loophole saying, I know that...
Probable cause.
No, not probable cause. If information is collected by a third party, they can use that against you. Any third party, though, like a third party, like they can buy information from like AT&T. If you're an AT&T customer and they have information about you, they can get that. They don't need a warrant to get that information. It's not like...
Did you see where Facebook said that they were going to start using it to monitor drug activities?
Yeah.
And they were happy. I'm going to look that up because it really upset me because they were acting like
Facebook
dicks.
has a
'Cause
freaking...
they were saying they want to put people in jail for marijuana and put them in prison, not jail. They were talking about prison and
I
being
bet you
proud
that's,
of it.
That's probably fake. It's probably just to make Facebook look bad. But I did see something about Facebook putting in their terms and conditions that they can they can either sell your information, which is your whole life, like everything you post, everything you ever post, all your emails, they can sell it, or they can give it to a third party, being the police, and the police don't need a warrant for that, and they can use it in the event to prevent a crime. Keyword prevent. Meaning it almost makes them the thought police, because like you can post something and then they can come be knocking at your door about it
To prevent a crime.
So you can't be posting anything. My friend Amy was telling me something about her knowing someone who was just like kidding around and talking about killing someone or killing somebody, and the police knocked on their door, because we were kind of having a discussion about I don't want to incriminate myself, and then the cops knocking at my door for a fake a fake murder that we were just going through scenarios like CSI.
Yeah, we were just playing around.
We were like, what if it wasn't her? Like we were talking about people we knew, like someone actually killing someone else, and then like everyone thinking it was one person, like everyone thinking it was me, but it wasn't actually me, it was like someone else.
Snopes says it's false. Snopes.com. They're pretty accurate. Just saw that it's called Facebook Drug Task Force.
Well, then don't buy your drugs on Facebook. I think I posted something. Yeah, I did post that. I said, it's over. No more buying drugs on Facebook. Which, why would you anyways? Because forever you can delete the messages on there. And you know that Facebook keeps all those messages.
The ones you delete?
Yeah, but my idea of...
But if you can't get them back, why do they need them? That pisses me off.
Because they have data. Like, they have these big, huge buildings that just store
Because
data on
it's
us.
all about the judgment. They're gonna judge you. It goes into the book. The Judgment Day. That's what they use.
No, that's not what it's about. Think about it. You know what it's about? Do you know what our country's ruled by? We're a capitalist country. You know what it's about? It's about making money. And you know what they can do? They can make money by that. Why do you think every time I freaking pop up on Facebook and they'll show me like a gift certificate for like Supernatural shirts, or Game of Thrones gear. Like, how do they know that I like Game of Thrones stuff?
Yeah, because they're monitoring your shit.
Yeah, they'll do something directly towards me, like, and it'll be really creepy. And be like, remember when I was telling you when Facebook changed its service and it was telling me about things that you were doing? It was like, Jeremy just became friends with this one and this one. Do you know them? And I was like, did this bitch just ask me this question? Like, do you know her? And that was just creepy.
And but like a lot of the apps you're getting you're giving them the access to do that shit, to monitor what you're going over, and like to do that. They're trying to say that they're using it to help you, speed up your browsing on the web and all that, but it's not really.
I'm sure they're gonna.
What are you reading?
Yeah, I was for a second.
Sure,
they're gonna do something weird, like if you're a busty young lady with half Spanish, half black, and you are into gardening and Game of Thrones, here's this awesome Game of Thrones messenger gardening bag. I'm gonna see that one day. And made especially for girls with big boobs. And I'm just like, I can't get on the internet anymore.
Like, whoa.
The machine is alive.
So when you're on that website, then they're watching you on the camera, like they're like, oh, let's click on. I've got to see what she looks like, so we get a better idea, so we don't think she's white and she's like, actually,
They're like, don't click away. I saw you flick your hair. And you're just like,
like, whoa. I did learn the technique of going to a website, loading your shopping cart, and then just leave it online and leave it for a little while. Like, actually, I don't even know. Last time I did it, I logged off and everything, but they'll send you an email and be like, oh, you left some shit in your cart. Could we help you check out? And you'll also sometimes get coupons to.
I like the way you just recently learned that technique. Bitch has been using that technique online shopping. Talk to
Well,
girls.
yeah, you just recently learned it.
Or you can put stuff in your shopping cart when it's brand new, then watch it go down, and then wait till they have like returns, and then you can get it for super cheap, and you can see how much it's been marked down over time, and then after the season is done, you need to buy it right then, or it's gonna sell out.
That's how you do it.
I'll show you that technique. Or going to go on Amazon and go in the return department. Amazon warehouse. Where do you think I get those cheap solar chargers from?
Yeah. In Canada, they're looking to get at giving club kids, test kids, to make sure the...
Oh, they used to do that back here. But now we don't have ecstasy pills. You get Molly. So you're just going to be tested. But I heard some of those pill kits, I heard that you had to send some of your pills in. But I guess there's another test that you can get, and you drop some sort of chemical on it, and if the ecstasy turns black, it's good. I wonder if it should turn different colors. That would.
I think it does, and it tells you how
drugs.
The grade. Tells you the grade, like the pureness,
potency.
Like like the color or something. I don't know if it's black or something. I think it's purple or blue.
They used to have stands at raves. In Washington, I'm sure not in every state, because I'm sure in some states cops were dicks about it, but and the cops wouldn't go near that stand where people could just test their drug to see if it's real or not. And
they wouldn't go near it?
Yeah. It was more
they
like
would actually let it.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't out, you weren't doing it out in the public. It was they had a couple relaxed laws.
So that's why Washington's so relaxed and they legalized.
Yeah, they would have
marijuana.
hemp fest, and as long as you weren't physically out in public selling weed, blatantly selling it or smoking it, you could go to you could do anything you wanted. You just couldn't do it out in public, and the cops would come out and say that I can't see you reach into your pocket and pull this weed in front of my face. I gotta arrest you. But if you go over there and you sell weed behind that door, I'm not gonna follow you.
Right, they were just being relaxed.
Hempfest is a huge festival too. That's probably why, because it
I
brings
think
the city a lot of
I read
revenue.
about it in High Times when I was like 19.
Yeah,
or
it's like
something.
Comfest but bigger.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that you do once a year, and you get a lot of.
It actually
tourism.
might be an international event, like where they
I don't
bring
know.
like, don't like growers come, like they bring their stuff to that. Is that what it is?
Mhm.
They bring their marijuana.
They don't bring.
No,
you can't have the
it's about
marijuana
hemp.
just sitting out there. It's about hemp.
Okay, it wasn't that.
I would always see vendors, and people would always.
Oh, it
fall
wasn't the
for it.
cannabis cup.
It was that is, I believe that's in Amsterdam, but they would always bring out other stuff that looked like weed, that was like fake weed that they were selling. People would buy it.
The cops were looking for it?
No, people there would be stands where people had this stuff, and it was like fake weed.
They could sell it legally in the
yeah,
open.
but it was more like an herb that you smoke. I don't know if I think salvia might have been in there like way back in the day,
Probably.
like before people had actually smoked it and realized that it was retarded.
Do you think that at those things it's like you have to go and ask for like happy ending and for the good shit? Hey,
I don't know.
do you guys do happy endings
know, I'd
here
have to
for
ask
the
one of my
to get the
friends.
real shit instead of the fake shit?
Yeah, I would have to ask one of my friends because I went to Hempfest when I was younger, and I don't smoke weed, so I was just bored out of my mind. Like everyone else is like, oh, look at these pipes, oh, these bongs, oh, look at this crazy stuff that everyone made. And I'm just like, shut up. Like I thought this was gonna be fun.
Where's the hats?
Yeah, like a bunch of hippies around here smelling like patchouli, dancing, freaking in a drum circle with some chick just screaming. I did see someone in concert that was really good that day, but like besides that, there was a lot of hippie bullshit going on. A lot of armpits, a lot of hairy armpits. And I couldn't wait to have left.
Wait, reading?
Oh, that guy, yeah. I did read about him, about how they're trying to get him out of jail, the Prince of Pot.
Mark
So I watched
Emery
the
just
special.
came back to Canada last week. He was in jail in the U.S. for the past 5 years. Prince of Pot. What was up with him? What's his story?
I'm tired and I vaguely remember it because I don't pay attention to weed information because I don't care. But
Whoa, what are you
Yeah.
doing over there?
what I believe he did is he opened up like a place to distribute weed, and I think it was in California, and he was in a town in California where it was legal, and he went through all of the permits, and he did everything legal. And he was pretty
Oh,
much
that
a
guy.
businessman.
I remember him.
and
I
he
saw
was-
his show, his thing on Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah, and he did it legally, and like for some reason, like
They waited till he got a lot of money?
State police, yeah, they waited till he got a lot of money, and the state police like they had a grudge against him.
Yeah, but he did all the laws, and he was doing it right. He was
Oh wait,
making
that might
sure.
be someone else. He said he sold seeds to peeps in the U.S.
Wow.
I was thinking maybe I'm thinking of a different guy where they called in the FBI and then they shut him down.
Here, I'm gonna show you. I'll bring it over there. Wait, what?
What are you showing me?
I can
I've
bring
already
it.
seen it.
Oh, you seen him?
Yeah, you showed me before.
What? That guy? Mark?
No.
I was trying to show you the article with this guy. Or his Wikipedia, Mark Emery. Excuse me, he had a seed business.
Oh, for mail order seeds.
That's what he got in trouble for?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do you think Vancouver's brought back what? Do you think Chubbs is in Vancouver right now?
Oh, do you think, is it cheap up there?
No, with the mayor. Is it the mayor in Vancouver?
What's his name? Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. Not Van-
What was his name? I think Chubb's up there doing some crack.
Well, maybe it's Chubb's doppelganger.
Is
or
crack
maybe,
cheap?
Maybe they're the same person, and he's just has to, like, he's been in rehab, but really he's been down here doing the podcast.
Is crack cheap?
In Canada?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea. I've never bought crack in Canada. You know, I'm not really up to date on, like, how much crack costs in other countries.
Vancouver. Yeah, it was Toronto. Rob Ford?
Yep,
Is that his name?
that's his name.
I remember.
This is how you're keeping me awake by trying to make me answer questions.
Oh, that's what I need to keep doing.
Mm. See, yeah, he's with his wife
Yeah.
in a cabin. He
In
spent
Toronto with
$12.50.
Rob Ford smoking crack.
You know what?
He's was he just
Chubb could
suspended
be-
as mayor, Rob Ford? He says he's looking clean after rehab. He's
I wonder if
cleaned
he's
up.
looking streamlined because Chubbs is trying to lose some weight too. Coincidentally.
What you think Chubbs is Rob Ford?
Mm-hmm.
What? Is Rob Ford a libertarian? He might secretly be.
Yeah, he might be.
I mean, hey, he's doing
Well,
crack.
you know, you have to change your, like, yeah, he seems liberal about certain things, and then he's probably not liberal, hard on crime or something, which Chubbs would be hard on crime, I'm sure, as long as it made sense. As long as there was no legal jargon to confuse him.
Yeah.
Chubbs would be like Chef's parents.
Like Chef's parents.
Yeah, when they saw the goddamn Loch Ness monster, and it's Chef said there was some giant crustacean coming out, and I said, "What the hell are you doing out here, Loch Ness monster?" And the Loch Ness monster looked down at me and said, "I need about $3.50." $3.50. I said, "No, no, Loch Ness monster, you can't have $3.50. I'm too tired to do it now." I gave him $1. Why'd you give the Loch Ness monster $1? Now he thinks we have money. That's exactly what Chubbs would have said about the Loch Ness monster bumming $3.50 off of him.
He didn't want any of that. That's too much Loch Ness. Oh. All right. Well, are you ready? Are you
Yeah,
done?
I've been ready. I thought you
All
were going
right.
to do this
We'll
for me
just cut it early, everybody. We're going to be back next Sunday with Chubbs and probably not one of the dirt bags that
You're
he
gonna
talks
be
about.
at
That he
Paper
always.
City next weekend. Don't forget.
Yep. Oh, will I be back before? I'll have to be back. Yes, I'm going to go to Paper City Music Festival next weekend. Be camping and festivaling. So we'll be talking about that. I'll let you guys know how that goes.
I'll be feeling better next weekend.
Yeah.
I won't be on medication and I won't be as tired.
Yeah, Marlene had some surgery things this week. Such a slacker. Hey, I know, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I have a doctor's excuse. I don't even. It said when I have pain, I should take my pain pills and I should lay down for 1 to 2 hours and not move.
And not talk.
No talking, no eating, nothing.
All right. Well, we're going to. Oh, I got to do it.
Nobody's doing that.
Oh. Somebody had to beat the DB. All right.
Okay.
Next Sunday, 8:30. Marlena, you are done.
I had
Not so
surgery
Charles.
and I've been camping.
Did the doctor say that itch will go away? Maybe you need to go get that
The
checked
doctor
out.
medicated me practically and put me on tranquilizers.
All right. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. We're going to cut it early. We got slackers in the house. Doctor's excuses. We'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us. You blue wallers and blue ballers. We love you guys.
You done?
Yeah, you're still live. I don't know what's happening.